Buy cheap and safe NBA 2K22 MT at NBA2King.com. You can use code Excapar, that's EXCAPAR, for 5% off your entire purchase. Alright, so as most of us know, the new Beast cards dropped yesterday, so I'm going to be covering every single badge that you're going to want to add onto all of these cards in a pretty decent detail. Now, yesterday we also got some pretty decent cards in the wonderful Spotlights, or not Spotlights, but the Playoff Push. So if you guys want to see those, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll get that video out a little bit later today. But I am at least covering the Beast because I saw a lot of people asking what badges to add to these guys, so we're just going to go through, have some fun, and I'll tell you guys what the best ones are. So if you guys are excited, the like button down below, subscribe if you guys are new, and if you're curious about any of the gameplays that we did yesterday, we covered Josh Smith, Andre Karolinko, and Kristaps Porzingis. These three guys were here, and they're all absolute demons. So anyway, we're going to start off with these three rubies, excluding your game Marcel, and I'll show you why in a quick second. So the first one that we have is Ruby Isaiah Rider, who is a pretty decent card, but I think there's a pretty simple way that you're going to want to badge this Isaiah Rider up. And the simple way is, first off, add Sniper. It is a great badge. Obviously, it's really going to help out Isaiah Rider. And then I think Clamps and Pick Dodger, just because, you know, yes, he has pretty terrible defense, but if you think about it, if you're going to be using this Isaiah Rider card, he's going to be playing a lot on the perimeter, guarding a lot of guys that'd be some cheesy shooting guards, because I think most people this year are really scoring a lot with their two guards more than their ones. So Isaiah Rider's got a big responsibility out there, and I think adding a Sniper, so we're more of a consistent shooter, Clamps, we can play some defense, and Pick Dodger gets through the screens, is just a little bit more useful. And the next one is Jorge Marsan, and the reason we're not covering him is you can't add any badge. You can actually only badge up the badges that already are on Marsan, so that's like, that's it. So you can give him a Hall of Fame Intimidator, Brick Wall, Box, and all that sort of stuff. You just can't give him anything new, which is honestly perfectly fine. It's a way to balance the card because he is 7'7" with a 7'10" wingspan, so, you know, it all works out. Next is my man at Taco Fall, and he also has some pretty limited things you can badge up. Like, you can't add anything on defense, anything on playmaking, nothing on shooting, so you only have the option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different finishing badges. Because he's a Ruby, he only gets 3. So I think the thing that makes the most sense for Taco is give him Pro Touch, Celebrity Finisher, and Hook Specialist. Because, I mean, come on. With an 8'4" wingspan and Hook Specialist, it's going to be pretty cheesy. But then Pro Touch, Celebrity, just to help out the finishing, just, you know, a little bit. So, you know, there's that. Next up is our guy Thon Maker, or Thon Maker, I think is actually how it's supposed to be pronounced, and a 7'1", really cheesy kind of guy. So the first badge you can see right here, Post Riser. I've said it a lot. If the card has at least like a 70 in one of their dunkings, you want to add Post Riser on there. It just helps so much in you actually getting good finishes. I wish we could add Sniper to him, but you can't. And then for the other badges, because we have a very limited opportunity for him, I think the thing that makes the most sense is to add Clamps onto him, just so we can play outside a little bit better, Interceptor, and Intimidator, because we get 4 badges on Amethyst. So Intimidator and Interceptor are just great badges to have on defense. Clamps, just because we want to, you know, guard the perimeter just a little bit better. And Post Riser to work on that finishing. Because if you look at Thon Maker, he's more of an offensive kind of guy, so boosting up his defense as much as we possibly can is always going to be the best idea. Next up is our man Oscar Robinson, who I'm convinced really isn't that much different from his Pink Diamond. But anyway, we'll cover how you should badge him up. The first off, Post Riser, 75 driving dunk, and we don't have Post Riser. Boom. Immediately we're adding it. And like I always say, if you don't have Sniper on a card that can shoot, Sniper immediately has to be added. And I also think you should add along with Post Riser, a Giant Slayer, because he is 6'5", and we're getting a lot of taller guys that he's going to have to attack the basket on. So Giant Slayer, always going to help, always going to be a good badge, and with those two together, it's going to be great. Additional with that Sniper, and then a quick first step as well, because we can't add Clamps, so the next best thing is going to be quick first step, although we have that base triple style, so I don't really know how good it's going to be, but still, those are the best 4 badges to add on. A quick first step, Sniper, Post Riser, and Giant Slayer. The next, Jeff Green. Now, this Jeff Green card is great. 6'8", a really versatile forward with jump shot 50 on quick is actually a really nice jumper. And again, I always say it, Sniper, boom. We can shoot, and we can't, and we don't have Sniper off rip. We got to add that. And then jump shot 50 is pretty nice, but it's still closer to that medium speed. So I think Deadeye is going to be a really crucial badge to have onto him. Honestly, in general, Deadeye is becoming my second favorite shooting badge, like in the game. Like, screw Chef, Clutch Shooter, and Sniper, or Limitless Spot Up and Sniper. Deadeye and Sniper, these are the 2 badges. These are the 2 badges. Boom. Easy. Every single time. Anyway, so I had the 2 of those. And then I think you should add a rim protector on it to him because he does have an 80 block, has a 7'1" wingspan, and is 6'8", which is going to be pretty damn nice to use. And then, you know, I was looking through some of these, and I'm not really going to be playmaking too much. with my Jeff Green. So I'm kind of in between adding a limitless spot up or going fully into that forward spot and going brick wall. If you plan on using him as more of a power forward, I think brick wall is probably definitely the way to go. Or if you notice that he's getting pumped, even though he has an 80 strength, people are backing him down, just bring him to the paint, brick wall is definitely going to be that one to go. So what I would say is add rim protector, sniper, and deadeye, and go based off of what you know. If you're not hitting as many threes from as deep, you want deeper threes. I think a limitless spot up can really help. But if you're noticing that he just doesn't really set as good of screens whenever you have him do that, and he's just getting, he's a little tiny boy in the paint, I think brick wall will be better. So it's kind of just based off of what you're looking to use, but you really can't go wrong with Jeff Green once you add that sniper. To be honest, he's going to be a great all-around amethyst, and if I'm being honest, one of the best in the game. And then next up, Bob Sura, who arguably you could say is better than the Pink Diamond LaMelo Ball. We'll probably be picking up later today just to try him out. But 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, and this dude is crazy. Bob Sura has always been one of my favorite cards in 2K, just whenever he's dropped, ever since we got that Emerald back in, I think it was early of 2K20, and the dude was a dog. But anyway, the badges that I think you should start off with immediately whenever you have a slightly undersized, he's not really undersized, whenever you have a point guard, is just add brick wall to him. One of the best badges you can add to really any of the guards. Brick wall is just really going to help him do what he needs to do, and just being all around menace on the court out there, stop those back downs, just be great all around. Then we got to head out here and add a deadeye to him because he does have jump shot 38, but it doesn't have that quick release timing like Joe Johnson does, so it has a little bit of a load up. You can get contested a little bit easy, so you're gonna want to make sure you have that deadeye just to lower those contests from those late closeouts, and help you just a little bit better out there in general. Then I think adding a chef and a limitless spot up just so we can cook it from deep and not really worry about how deep we're taking it, and make him a menace in clutch time. Really fun out there. And the last badge is kind of just like what you want to add to him because he already has the finishing, now he has the great shooting, he has the playmaking. So I just kind of headed over to defense, and it's kind of up to what you want. He only has a 69 block, so I didn't think rim protector was too great. So I'm between menace and ball stripper. Ball stripper is just so whenever those centers magically get onto Bob Sura and are going to drop step us, you have a better chance of poking the ball loose. Unless they have unstrippable, then there's really no chance of it. Or menace, so we're playing on the perimeter, we're lowering those badges and those stats. Really kind of up to what you want to do. Both are great badges, but that last spot, whatever you think is going to be more valuable to the way that you personally play, lowering the stats and the badges, or being able to poke the ball loose on those centers whenever they drop step you, or just anybody taller whenever they're drop stepping you or getting you in the post. All up to you for that last badge. Next up, my man Darius Miles, 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, just a beautiful small forward, power forward with that Brook Lopez base. I absolutely love him. And Darius Miles, first off, we're starting with Sniper. Easy badge to add really to any card as well as Deadeye. We don't have them, so we're going to add them. It just how it works. And then I thought it actually made a lot of sense to actually kit this Darius Miles out to be a bit of a power forward instead of a small forward, because he is 6'9", and he's so versatile that I think he can really guard most 1 through 4s and really not have too much of a problem with it. So I wanted to take it over here, switch it to ball stripper just in case we do get those matchups with those centers. We can poke that ball loose, brick wall, so we can set those good screens. We're not getting back down as much. And then worm, because I've heard a lot of people really like the badge. I personally don't think it's all that great, but what it will let you do is let Darius Miles get those, sneak through the box outs and just cheeky little rebounds maybe he shouldn't actually get. I'm going to play the power forward position really, really well, and I think that'll be good. Now, if you aren't going to be really running him as a forward, I think you can ignore Worm and probably add something like a limitless spot up, so he's great off the catch and shoot. But all around, you really can't go wrong with Darius Miles. We're skipping AK. Next up is my man Josh Smith, who, if you have picked up this card, this is 110% the best way to badge up this Josh Smith. You first off got to add a sniper to him because we do have an 81 shot 3, and this is going to make him an absolute killer out there along with Deadeye. These two badges together with his Brook Lopez base on normal are going to allow you to do essentially whatever you want with Josh Smith. And then we're going to go over here. Yes, you could add some playmaking, but I think it makes the most sense to capitalize on how good he is defensively and give him that brick wall. Like, you have to give him brick wall. It's going to lower how much he gets back down. It's going to set amazing screens because he probably is going to be playing your center position. Then we're going to give him box so we can, actually get better box outs on those rebounds, and worm, so if we are boxed out, we can kind of slip and slide through them and get those. I think this is 110% the way that you badge out this Josh Smith. Sniper and Deadeye going to help us be a demon on the shooting side, and then box, brick wall, and worm, boom, defense, rebounding, all that sort of stuff, capitalize on. Makes this Josh Smith one of the best cards in the game, if I'm being 100% honest. Next up, another one of the best cards in the game, Pink Diamond Andre Karolinko, which is a great card in general. Now with AK, because he is a pretty great just card at doing everything, it really doesn't matter what you add, but the first thing I think we're going to add is Deadeye just because we don't have it. I think it's going to be nice to have, as well as Limitless Spot Up to shoot a little bit deeper. I'm not giving him Chef because this year, at least with this AK, with that base dribble style, I think it makes more sense to kind of have him as a cone, roaming around, running through plays, setting screens, things like that as a power forward. It doesn't really make too much sense to have anything else out there. And then what we're going to do is I think it makes a lot of sense personally on AK to add downhill because we have, gold quick first step already. We have a pretty good speed of an 88 and an 87 speed with ball. So I think downhill can really help us get down the court just a little bit faster. And then if you're going to be using your AK as a power forward, you're not really going to use him as a ball handler. Box and Worm also make the most sense to just get him out as a power forward, just really get all those defensive badges. If you do want AK to be a little bit of a ball handler along with downhill, you could add quick chain and hyperdrive, or maybe quick chain and handles for days, just depending what you'd like to do. But it's all a good idea, to be honest. Or you could add Chef and stop and pop if you really wanted to, if you're a crazy man. But I think Deadeye, Limitless Spot Up, downhill, box and Worm are my personal picks for AK. Next up, Kristaps Porzingis, the shooting menace out here who actually doesn't get the most amazing of badge upgrades, if we're being 100% honest. But I think the way to do this is give him Chef, just because what Chef is going to allow Porzingis to do is if you're in that limitless spot of range, if somebody's closing out to you, you can give him that pump fake, take 2 steps over, and then shoot it again, and that's when Chef activates, and really capitalize on a lot of those, late closeouts people are doing on Porzingis whenever you get, insanely open, and really help out there. And then we're going to do is add Fast Twitch because it's a really, really good badge. Just allows you to get up those layups a little bit quicker, especially in those late game scenarios. It's one of those badges that you don't realize it helps until it secures you a clutch time game, and then you're like, damn, kind of a good badge. And then Mouse in the House. Now, Mouse in the House is one of those badges. I actually went to 2K Labs to check out Mouse in the House because I wanted to see what it did based off of their badge test. And they actually had it rated as a C tier. Unless you're a 7'3 center, you can skip this badge. Well, lucky for us, Porzingis is a 7'3 center, and most of the other badges that we can add aren't really too crazy, so I figured, screw it. Fast Twitch, Mouse in the House, probably going to be 2 of the better badges we can add along with that Chef, and then obviously, Mismatch Expert isn't going to be doing anything for us on 7'3, so I think adding a, Pickpocket maybe, and a Tireless Defender can be, better to have, or Tireless Defender and Hustler. It's kind of really what you want. On my list, I wrote Tireless Defender, Hustler, Chef, Fast Twitch, and Mouse in the House. So, honestly, I think after these 3 and Chef, Fast Twitch, and Mouse in the House, it's really just up to what you want to do. I mean, you really can't get too much better. This Porzingis is already one of the best centers in the game. Really. Next up, my man LaMelo Ball. The dude is an absolute demon. 6'6" point guard with a 6'10" wingspan, and sadly has that slasher dribble style, but is an all-around god with jump shot 81. And with LaMelo, first off, boom, posterizer. We have a 70 standing, 80 driving dunk. Posterizer is really going to change up the game for him, as well as Giant Slayer. We're 6'6", which means most of the time we're going against, in the paint at least, players that are going to be a little bit taller than us, and I think it's really going to help. And then we're going to head over to defense, give him a brick wall, because even though we're 6'6" and we are taller, we only have a 74 strength, so we want to make sure we limit those back downs and really just get people out of the paint. And then I decided to put Rim Protector and Intimidator on him. Because we are 6'6", we're covering a little bit more space in the court, so Intimidator is going to help. And he has a 75 block with a 6'10" wingspan, means against those shorter guys, we really can utilize his Rim Protector at the utmost ability, which I think could be really fun when you mix that with that Chase Down Artist. And I think, boom, you do that, LaMelo is going to be an absolute demon. And I'm probably going to pick him up, badge him out, try him out myself, add what is it, my Green Machine, my Hot Zone Hunter, and really see how he can get going, because it should be a pretty fun time using this LaMelo Ball, for being 100% honest. And then I think there's a 75th anniversary Anthony Davis, and then there's this normal Anthony Davis, so I'll show you guys those right now. The normal Anthony Davis, what I have wrote down here is, first off, Deadeye and Blinders, because he still has his 80 jumper on normal. It's a good jumper. It is a great jumper, actually. But when you mix it with Deadeye and Blinders, it's actually really going to help, because it is a little bit slow. So I think that just capitalizes on it. And then I'm going to add Unpluggable on there, because I do suspect Anthony Davis will have the ball in his hands at least a little bit, depending on some of the plays that you're running. And, every now and then you're going to want to make sure that he's not getting stripped every time he has it. And then I decided Ball Stripper, Pick Dodger, and Pickpocket actually would be nice, because he does have an 80 steal, but the Ball Stripper is going to help us strip some of those guys that are going to be trying to back us down to the post. Pick Dodger, just in case you have him out there guarding somebody that, is getting run through screens. I'm in Pick Dodger. Now, if you do suspect that Anthony Davis is going to be running the ball a lot, I don't think it makes a lot of sense because he has the slasher dribble style and just not the greatest of dribbling moves. You can add Quick Chain, Hyperdrive along with Unpluckable if you want to, as well as maybe even a Timer or a Handles for Days. But I'm personally going to go Pick Dodger, Pickpocket, and Ball Stripper. And I think it's going to be a pretty damn good time out there. And then if you're using the NBA 75th anniversary one, you can actually add up any badge. So what I would do is probably remove the Pickpocket and add Limitless Spot Up, and then you also could remove Ball Stripper and add Chef if you really want to make him a cheesy card. But honestly, as Anthony Davis, one of the best cards of the game, if not the best. Next up is our man Ja Morant, 6'3" with a 6'7" wingspan, and Ja is crazy. Now, he still has a Paul George jumper on that normal timing, so we want to add blinders just in case. Those side contests are probably going to happen a little bit more often if we want them to. So that's really going to help us, lower those down a little bit. And then, I really only have 2 other badges that I think, could be the best for him. And it's not even really 2, it's really just 1, and that's Brick Wall. And after those 2, I really don't care what you add to your Ja Morant. Like, I have listed, I think, Post-Move Lockdown and Off-Ball Pest are 2 of the better badges to add there. Just capitalize on that defense. This will help us stick to people when they're running through screens. This will help us with people backing us down with LaMelo, whatever. The drop steps really aren't going to affect us too much. And then I wrote down, maybe we had a drop stepper, maybe we had a back down Punisher, but those aren't really crazy badges. You could have a corner specialist, but that's, not really that crazy. Post Playmaker and, Break Starter if you want to. But honestly, I think after Blinders, Brick Wall, and Post Move Lockdown, it doesn't matter too much what you're adding to your Ja Morant because it's just whatever helps. Whatever you deem is going to be good, I think that is fine. And then last but not least, we have the man Giannis, who, thank the Lord, can't get Sniper or Limitless Spot Up or Blinders or Chef or Deadeye or anything like that, which is awesome to see. Although, with a 76 shot 3, a Curry coach boost to make it an 81, you'll be fine shooting with Giannis with his quick jumper. So aside from that, I think it just makes sense to make this Giannis just a beast when it comes to just general playmaking. Now, the one shooting badge I think you definitely should add is Green Machine. This helps us if we get consecutive greens. Like, if you're somebody who can green consistently, Green Machine's a great badge to have on cards. And then, gonna add a Needle Thrower on there just to help with those passes. Add an Unpluckable, because why the hell would we not want to be stripped? Handles for Days, because I'm going to assume you're going to want the ball in Giannis' hands a little bit. And then Tight Handles, so those dribbling moves needs just a little bit more out there. And then the last badge, just to be a big cheese ball, we have Hook Specialist, because he does have a crazy 7'4" wingspan. So Hook Specialist is really going to capitalize on anything that we need to if you do take hook shots. If not, maybe a Dream Shake, maybe Space Creator. Honestly, Giannis can't really get the best badges out there because he already has most of them, but obviously what you would want to do is badge Giannis' shooting up, and he can't really do that right now, which is perfectly fine by me because, look at what this guy can do outside of shooting. It'd be way too overpowered if he could shoot as well. So, overall, not too bad. And that's what I'd recommend for the best badges on all of these new Beast cards. Again, if you want to see the new playoff push cards as well, these ones over here, the playoff push rewards, including Tatum and all these pink diamonds and all these diamonds. What I think I'll do is I'll make a video on the diamonds and above and then kind of call it a day. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the badges down in the comments. Like it if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.